I got so much stuff going on in my room that, like, I don't know what my background should be for my video. Oh hey, you guys are here early, and that was probably my best intro yet. Great work. Great work, me. So hello again, guys, and welcome to the third week of my renewed Nintendo news update. And here, I am here to bring you, wait for it, the news. I don't have room to swivel around dramatically this time. But I am not going to delay any further. There is a lot of news stories I picked for this week. A lot of really cool stuff. A lot of really kind of dumb stuff. So we're just gonna get right into it, and we're gonna start with one of the most fascinating stories I have seen this week, which is pretty recent. It came out like a day before I recorded for this, and basically, I'm gonna try not to say essentially so much this time. So, the people who make the Zelda remakes, or assist in making the Zelda remakes, they're called Grezzo. I actually didn't know this was another company that existed. I thought Next Level or someone helped out with this, with the graphics. Or Intelligent Systems, but that's Fire Emblem, so I don't know why I'm thinking that. But they are doing a hiring thing, as companies sometimes do when they need new talent to assist them in things. So they're hiring for a new medieval and stylish project. They are known for Zelda. They are known for Link's Awakening. They've also worked on Ocarina of Time 3D, Majora's Mask 3D, Luigi's Mansion, so that's probably why I confused it. The 3DS one, that's probably why I confused it with Next Level games. Also Triforce Heroes. So they do a lot of Zelda. This is the only medieval thing. I mean, Luigi's Mansion isn't medieval. Victorian style architecture, maybe? Architecture? But not medieval. So this could very well mean that we might get another remake of an older Zelda title. Maybe possibly a new one, kind of like Link Between Worlds, is what I would hope. I would like to see. I really like Link's Awakening. I mean, it is a short game, it's a Game Boy game, but they polished it so... They put a lot of polish into it, and I honestly, like, I've played it a couple times so far. And it's a good time. I remember having a good time with it as a kid. It's still a good time. So if they add that amount of polish and that, like, kind of cute, but really, like, kind of toy-like aesthetic to a new top-down Zelda, I don't know if Nintendo would possibly remake the original Zelda, because they've said in the past they didn't want to, and they ended up making Breath of the Wild as a modern take instead. So I don't know about that, but hopefully this could be something. We could be onto something, or just be onto the news of something possibly happening, you know. Also, in other Zelda news, there have been trademarks that have been placed. The Wind Waker in Australia was one that happened a week or two ago. Now they have, I believe, Phantom Hourglass. I'm so disorganized, guys. All my news stories are just jumbled together, but I just saw a link. Phantom Hourglass, yes. Why can't I use words when I record? Phantom Hourglass, they, in Australia, for some reason, maybe they just didn't have that kind of ground covered in Australia for when they released a PAL region version of this. I have no idea if this means anything at all. You gotta take trademarks with a grain of salt, specifically in the realm of Nintendo or Pokemon, anything like that, because they just kind of test the waters just to, you know, cover their asses. So you don't know if this means anything, but between this and the remake stuff, I think this would be cool, and honestly, I didn't play any portable Toon Link Zeldas aside from the Minish Cap. I really didn't like the aesthetic of the DS ones. They were just kind of grainy. They just, I mean, I know it was a DS, it was old hardware, but they just never appealed to me. They just kind of, I don't know, I just kind of wasn't interested despite loving Zelda since I was like 7 years old. So I don't know. But if they do that, and it's really polished and cool looking, and maybe, like, they polish it, that'd be really cool. So, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, the reviews are in. It's a really fun game. I got it at launch. I'm really upset I ordered it through Amazon because Target has a free water bottle with Cat Mario on it. GameStop has a Plessy poster, and I just got the game. I'm mildly triggered about that, because I obviously I need more dumb Nintendo and just stuff. I just need more stuff, guys. But yeah, Bowser's Fury is a lot of fun. It is a little bit of a short game, but despite that, it doesn't feel as short as it actually is. I honestly have no complaints with it, and if they did a modern Mario, like 3D Mario, like Odyssey style game with all these elements that are in Bowser's Fury, I'd be really happy. It's got like this really cool day and night cycle, kind of reminds you of Ocarina of Time and even like Breath of the Wild. Like nighttime comes and you know that's when stuff goes down, that's when things get a little dangerous, and then like Bowser comes out and he just starts tearing stuff up, and it's really cool because he also aids you in certain ways. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's a lot of fun. Honestly, I would give it like an 8 out of 10. The 2 that I'm marking it down on is because of the crying cats. They make me sad. Please don't do crying cats, Nintendo. They make me feel bad. And then I have to reassess my priorities, and then I prioritize helping the crying cat. Crying cats are sad. But yeah, in other news, the Mario Illumination 3D movie is still coming out, apparently. I forgot about it. It was announced a while back, like around the same time as the Sonic movie, I believe. And I just kind of forgot about it. And I wasn't honestly that excited for it because Illumination. But it is still happening. It's apparently coming out in 2022, I guess. And something I found kind of interesting is that apparently Charles Martinet, the voice actor for Mario, has not been put on board for the movie yet. He says he would love to voice Mario. The quote here is that, when asked about it, he says, "Well, it sounds like a marvelous thing. It sounds like great fun, and if they invite me to play, I'll go in with I can't read. If they invite me to play, I'll go in and play with great joy and happiness. It should be a lot of fun, you know. Everything Illumination touches looks like it's fun, and Nintendo too." So yeah, he's on board. He seems like really professional and just kind of handling it well. Though my opinion is they just haven't got to casting yet. They're probably still working out stuff with, you know, the whole situation for the past year. But I don't know, I found it kind of interesting that he wasn't like confirmed for it yet, because he's been Mario since before Mario 64, Mario typing, whatever. He's been with this role for a very long time, and he does it very well. It's an iconic voice. So, I mean, if there was a very small chance that they didn't go with him, I'd be a little mad. I don't think mad's really the word for it. I'd just be a little upset and triggered. I'm already turned off by this movie because of Illumination and Minions. I don't know, because everything Illumination just feels so generic to me. If Disney did it, I'd be so hyped, or Pixar, but, you know, Nintendo, Super Nintendo World's at Universal, so that's not gonna happen just because who they're partnered with, but I don't know about the whole Illumination thing. I mean, I'll watch it, but I don't know. So we're gonna be switching gears a bit and talking about something kind of niche that I'm just really excited for, and that is Ace Attorney. So a little while back in the Nihon, they did prequel Ace Attorney games that took place in like the 1800s. They have like Sherlock Holmes, that kind of era, and they never got released in the West. And now apparently that's happening. I've been following like Capcom leaks. I've been following those, and try not to say essentially. Basically, there are a few things like confirmed to be happening, and in that leak, they're not confirmed because it's a leak, but in that leak, the Great Ace Attorney, what it's going to be called in the Americas, North America, West English language, it's going to be called that, and it is confirmed because the ESRB actually rated it. And in that leak as well was Ace Attorney 7. So if it's a follow-up to Ace Attorney 6, then I am so down. Other things were like a Borderlands game. Yeah, Tales from the Borderlands, Secret Neighbor, and SnowRunner. I'm not really... I tried Borderlands. It's okay. But I'm really excited for Ace Attorney. That's about it. But if you guys are into the other games, then there you go. Be excited that they are confirmed to come to the Switch at some point. So this is not really surprising, but Nintendo Switch sales are still doing really good. The January sales numbers just came out, and it is apparently the strongest January sales of any game console since the Wii. And like I said in my last video, or the one before that, The Wii was a monster. So the fact that the Switch is beating the Wii right after Christmas and stuff, right after like holiday buying, because you know, I used to work at GameStop, I used to be an assistant manager there, and I know that like right after Christmas, people just, they want to return stuff. They don't typically buy stuff. So the fact that the January sales are so good tells me that the Switch is just doing really great, which isn't really a surprise, but still cool. So E3. I really like E3. Maybe it's nostalgia on my part. I know it's dying, but I've been watching E3 since, if anyone remembers G4 in North America, I used to watch it on there since like 2005, and I love E3. I treat it like Christmas. That time of year, I get so excited. I set alarms. I have an alarm from 2019 still on my phone. I'll take a picture of it because it literally says, like, it's E3, wake the F up for the Nintendo Direct. So, I love E3. And E3, the ESA confirms that it's going to be a thing this year. And there was a thing, I don't remember this being a thing. I guess maybe I was just busy with school or something. But apparently Jeff Healey did a thing instead of E3 last year, and he's still doing that thing this year. So there's going to be a little bit of competition. Who knows how that is going to play out with who's going to partner with who. Maybe nobody will partner with anybody and just do their own digital event. It's interesting, but because E3's still going, there's going to be some kind of interesting dynamic going on this year because things are different. And I don't know what Nintendo's going to do. I hope they have an E3 kind of like E3 season direct, like when they release a bunch of stuff, because I love those and I miss them so much. The one in 2019 just made me so happy with all the Animal Crossing, Breath of the Wild 2, just so much. That one was probably one of my favorites. So I really hope they do that again because I love it so much. And yeah, I know the ESA isn't a great association. I know they do bad things. Look into that on your own if you're curious. I'm just talking about E3 itself. I like the event. So Nintendo Switch Online released 4 new games. I actually left a comment on this bitching about Mario RPG not being a thing yet. Many people also said that, as well as Earthbound. And it's just a bunch of third-party titles I'm not really familiar with. But Japan NSO apparently got Shin Megami Tensei 2. So I'm jealous of that, and I don't have a VPN, and I want to play that because I love Megaten. That's one of my favorite RPG franchise series. So good for Japan. But essentially, basically, the games are Prehistoric Man, and prehistoric spelt in a funny 90s way. Fire and Ice, I've heard that's a good game. I've vaguely heard of it, like, in passing. Doomsday Warrior and Psycho Dream. I believe Psycho Dream's a Famicom title because the box art's different. I haven't checked them out yet. I will check them out. I'll give them a shot. And maybe there's something, like, fun to be had there. I just really want Mario RPG. Earthbound? I played Earthbound like a year ago, so I'm not too focused on needing Earthbound. It would be cool. I do really want to play Mother 3 at some point. It looks really good. It looks like it has a deep, really interesting story, and I've never been super into Mother, but I do want to play that one. But yeah, more titles. Let's hope we get the big ones soon. You know, the big RPGs, because we do have a lot of big titles, just not those two. Trials of Mana in RPG news has surpassed 1 million sales worldwide. For those of you who don't know, Trials of Mana is the sequel to Secret of Mana. It was only released in Japan. They remade it, gave it a Western release finally. It's pretty good. I played a little bit of it. I have so many RPGs I have to finish. I haven't finished Xenoblade Chronicles 2 yet. So, I mean, I gotta get on a lot of different RPGs. But that's pretty cool to me because it's kind of an obscure release. And anime RPG games like this, they don't typically get a lot of sales. And that is 1 million. That's pretty impressive. That's a story. Howard Phillips, you might be aware of this name if you follow, like, old Nintendo news and have watched, like, Gaming Historian or something of that line of videos that kind of talks about Nintendo's history and Nintendo America. He was a former Nintendo employee, and he did a Kickstarter for this tell-all book. I mean, I don't know how much he can tell because legal stuff. But I'm sure he's aware of what he can and cannot say. And yeah, he's doing a tell-all book, and it's being illustrated It was the Kickstarter or GoFundMe or what, yeah, Kickstarter. It was fully funded, and there's gonna be a book coming out. It looks pretty cool. I love reading books, and I want to read more books. I just don't have time to read a lot of books. But between this and the ASCII Wada book that's coming out, or it might be out already, I don't think so. I want to read both of those because I love just absorbing Nintendo information. It's just one of my favorite things ever. So yeah, it's cool. Also in Pokemon news, did I just say a Pokemon story? No, I did not, but we're going back to Pokemon. There's a singing Pikachu. It's an event Pokemon. I think it just knows sing. That's it. Also, more Pokemon news. There's this really cool Longboy, and Longboy is $300, and Longboy is sold out. Surprise, surprise. I want Longboy. Longboy is taller than me, and I want the Longboy. But I can't have the Longboy. So this is kind of interesting, kind of lost media, lost obscure footage of early build of video game, kind of obscure stuff that I love. There's an unseen E3 2006 demo of Super Mario Galaxy that just kind of surfaced online recently. It apparently came out a while before the game actually came out. I don't remember when Mario Galaxy came out. I think 2007 or 8. It looks really polished, but there's a lot of really weird assets that aren't in the final version, like the toads or the rabbits. It has a lot of really cool stuff. Some people, apparently Forest of Illusion, which in my video on Mario Oddities, Mario Odd Media in anime that I recently did, please go check that out. I worked really hard on it. He's also the dude who talked about this really obscure public access Bowser show that was in America called King Koopa's Cool Cartoons. If you don't know about that, Google that because it's some wild stuff. He apparently made some claims about why that show was canceled because the guy who played Koopa, or Bowser, threatened a kid to some extent. So he released it, so he might be pretty reputable with that. But yeah, this is actual like E3 early footage from 2006, and it looks pretty cool. So go check it out. So Animal Crossing, this isn't really big news, but I want to talk about it. You can fill out a survey about your habits of Animal Crossing. You can win a Switch game. I'm a communications major. I do a lot of surveying, focus groups, stuff like that. I read a lot of communication research, and I actually like to hone in on gaming related research. That's like my area, the mass media, and the mass media aspect of communication really interests me. That is my major in the universities. So more Sonic news. I know you guys are here for the Sonic news update, and there have been Sonic stories in these videos since I started them back up 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that. And the sequel to the Sonic movie has been announced. The title to it has been announced. I mean, it was teased at the end of the movie. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and it has Tails as the 2. Because it's going in accordance with the games, I guess. And, Tails. I mean, I love Tails. He's probably one of my favorite characters. Tails and Amy, if she didn't have such a bad personality with the neediness. So this dude, Wakuteru, I believe is his name, he found a secret dungeon in the text of Breath of the Wild, and he kind of reformed it and made it the debugging lounge, and it's called Mario Club Test Dungeon. I don't know if he titled it that himself or found that in the code. I don't really know how the coding stuff works, or like, you know, ROM hacks or anything like that, so please bear with me. But it looks really cool. There has all the items, like all the rare stuff in it too, so I mean, it's pretty cool. The video is up, and yeah, let me make sure I get his name right. Waikuteru. I don't know if that's Japanese, but I'm going to use the Japanese accento. But yeah, it looks really cool, and he's found something that no one else found, and it has, like, you know, all the items you can test out. It's pretty fun. And I forgot to talk about this. I love Fire Emblem. Why did I forget to talk about this? In the Fire Emblem, they're like, they're interviewing for the anniversary. They're interviewing voice actors, and apparently in the background of one of the clips, I have yet to watch these videos myself. I haven't had time. They look pretty cool, but they have Edelgard and Claude, it appears, in alternate outfits. I believe these are outfits in the game. I don't remember. It's been a little while since I finished Three Houses, but Edelgard's outfit looks pretty dope. It got like the Black Eagles vibes. Claude's looking good. I don't know if this means anything, but some people are speculating that this may be alluding to some additional content or like some kind of new version of the game. But yeah, if it actually means something, that'd be really, really cool. Especially for me, who is Fire Emblem trash, clearly. So I think that is all the stories I have for you guys today. So hopefully you like that. I am very sleep deprived. I am very, very sleep deprived, so hopefully I was amusing enough to watch this time. I'm pretty much awkward and sleep deprived in all of my videos and all of my recordings, so yeah. But if you guys like this video, be sure to subscribe if you want. I don't like being one of those people that's like, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. But if you do like this kind of stuff, I do have a lot of Nintendo videos planned, specifically stuff. I did a video, like I said, on obscure Mario shows, anime, movies, stuff like that. It's called Super Mario Oddities, or at least I took that part out because I thought it was a little wordy. I edited that title to that video like 100 times. But, yep, it'll be in the end slate and linked in the description. Please check it out. I worked really, really hard on it, and I really want, like, people to see it, because it's really cool and a lot of really interesting stuff there. If you like these news updates, I'm gonna do them every Tuesday, so look forward to them. And also, there is a poll on my Twitter. If you want to follow my Twitter, I usually put it in the pinned comment below and the description. If you... I'm doing a video on Lost Nintendo Media, or a series of videos, and I'm not sure if I want to do Satellaview, N64DD, or Virtual Boy first. So if you guys have any preference on that, please let me know. Please vote in the poll. I'll probably put a poll up on YouTube too, so I mean, do whatever. But if you guys are looking forward to that, or want to look forward to that, or just they're like, hey, that's cool, then look forward to it. But yeah, that is it for now, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!